Finish him.
Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully you got that notification that I just dropped the video. If not, make sure you hit that bell icon because I'm back. Boxing is back. Want to talk about this Errol Spence, Danny Garcia fight. That's going to be taking place on November 21st, live on pay-per-view. So I know the article's a couple days old, but I did want to make a couple of comments on it, namely some things that Danny Garcia had to say about Errol Spence. Danny Garcia feels that he has more skill than Errol Spence, more power, better ring IQ. He also feels that, even before Errol Spence's accident, he would have been able to beat him, which I disagree. And also, Danny Garcia feels, and I agree with him when he says this, he feels that the person who wins this fight is going to be the hungrier fighter. Now, I agree with that 100% because I feel like Danny Garcia has a reinvigorated hunger in his heart as far as what he's been through. And of course, Errol Spence, coming off of that really bad accident, he's got a lot to prove. And I'm sure he's hungry and he's finally getting a chance to, again, get another one of those top welterweights in the ring with him. Albeit Danny Garcia has 2 losses, and we're about to talk about that right now. Yeah, let's get into it right now. Danny Garcia got 2 losses. You got 2 L's under your belt. Your last name should be Cool J. So why should we believe anything that you say? Danny boy, once upon a time, you used to pick cherries, and then you stopped picking cherries. You grabbed that apple that had a snake in it. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, all right? But you grabbed that apple that had a snake in it, Keith Thurman, Keefy Poo. He smacked you up, beat you down, first loss. And then bum, Porter. You fought Sean Porter, the football player, who doesn't know how to box, but somehow he outboxed you that night, and you lost to Sean Porter too. So you got 2 L's. All right, Danny Garcia, you was looking great before you hit 147. You had some good wins, good resume. We always say, Danny Garcia got the best resume at 147, right? But when you stepped up in competition, that's when them L's start raining from the clouds, right? Here comes the L. Let me catch that. Nom. Here comes another L. Let me catch that. Nom. Now I'm fighting Errol Spence, okay? But the fight's a lot closer than you might think. I think it's going to be a close fight, and I'll explain why. Danny Garcia, I have no doubt that you're hungry to get in that ring and prove that you're not a one-trick pony. But if you take another L to another top fighter in your division, I mean, what left is there? There's nothing else to talk about. And, I hate to even talk like this because, when we look at UFC, guys got 5, 6, 7 losses, and they still beat niggas down, right? But in boxing, you take 1 loss, your career is over. It's over. And we can thank Floyd Mayweather for that because he's the one who made it a stigma to lose. I got an O and I ain't afraid to let it go. You lost, nigga. Keefy Poo lost. Danny lost. Porter lost. Who the only top dogs that are undefeated at 147? Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. That's it. Even motherfucking Pacquiao got 100 losses. No, he don't got 100 losses, but he got a good number of losses. But we got to keep talking about Danny Garcia and Errol Spence. I apologize for getting off track. I'm just coming back. You got to give me a break, okay? So Danny Garcia, of course, has a good resume, but at 147 he hasn't proven a lot, right? Lamont Peterson, if I'm not mistaken, they fought at a catchweight. But again, Danny Garcia has not beaten a top-level welterweight since he's been in that division. So I think he's really hungry. I think he's going to go out and look to have a good showing against Errol Spence. Now, you might want to call Danny Garcia a one-trick pony because all he has is that left hook. But can Errol Spence take that left hook after being in a life-threatening car accident where he had to get new teeth? You know what I'm saying? We don't know where Errol Spence's head is at right now. I follow him on Snapchat. And, I'm not trying to get at him or nothing, man. But, most of the time, I can't really understand what he's saying. He's got those new teeth. And, respect to him. I'm happy that nothing, he didn't lose his life. I'm happy that he didn't lose his life. I don't wish death upon anybody. But that was a really close call. And I'm not even going to get into the specifics of, what could have potentially caused that, because I'm not here to judge anybody. But I just don't know where Errol Spence is mentally right now. Now, I've heard Errol Spence say a lot of things in the past, most notably after the Shawn Porter win, where he was like, yeah, I spent most of my training camp losing weight. Now, you can't base your training camp on trying to make weight. Where's your time for strategy? Where's your time to sharpen up your abilities in the ring, right? So, yeah, he had a tough showing against Shawn Porter. He blamed it on the weight. From what I've seen, and I follow him on Snapchat, from what I've seen, Errol Spence seems to be, keeping his weight down, because most of the time when I see, like before the Kell Brook fight, like he was 200 pounds, man. Like he was 200 pounds. Eating Big Macs, and you know what? Again, the bottom line here is, if you're going into a training camp and you're about to fight a top-tier fighter, you need to make sure that weight is down. I mean, like, you can say a lot of stuff about Floyd Mayweather, but this is a guy who was 100% dedicated to his craft. The majority of fighters today are not dedicated to the sport of boxing like he was. Even Manny Pacquiao, dedicated to the sport of boxing. Before he started smashing all the hookers and doing all the drugs and stuff. But, Errol Spence, we know about his vices. Hopefully he's learned a valuable lesson from this accident, and hopefully he can bounce back. I know a lot of people are praying for his downfall. I'm not one of those people. I think the Danny Garcia fight is going to be very close, and I have a hard time making a prediction for this fight simply because, just the pure fact that Errol Spence was in a really bad car accident, and, we saw his last fight where he didn't look all that great, and, we don't know where he is mentally. But again, go follow him on Snapchat if you have that platform, and you'll see what he's been up to, having his dog attack people and stuff. But anyway, Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence is going to be a tough fight for both competitors. I think Danny took this fight because, he again, like he sees the same things that I see. He sees vulnerability. He sees the fact that he was just in a bad car accident. And, I thought Manny Pacquiao was going to take the bait. I'm sure Manny Pacquiao was just licking his chops after, he found out that Spence was okay. But you know how Manny Pacquiao do. He liked to fight fighters coming off losses. He liked to fight fighters that, done broke up with their wife and, going through some life-altering experiences just so he has an upper hand. So I'm sure Danny Garcia has that in the back of his head about Errol Spence and his accident. So we'll see how the fight goes on November 21st. It's on pay-per-view. Are you going to support the fight? Just the honest question. Show of hands. Who's going to support this fight? Who's going to purchase the pay-per-view? Because PBC's got a bunch of pay-per-views to round out the year, right? I'm happy boxing is back. I saw some of last week, but I did see Dillian White get knocked the F out. But it was like two dudes. And I've been following Dillian White throughout the pandemic. And this dude, he was working out super heavy, just in the gym every day. He must have been on something, man. But whatever Povetkin had, it was much stronger, and he prevailed. But apparently they're going to have a rematch in November. But not to get too far off topic, boxing is back. Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia, November 21st. Are you buying the pay-per-view? Let me know what your prediction is for that fight. As of right now, I can't call it. But, I'm going to keep making these videos, and I'll probably drop a prediction video soon. I would be leaning towards Spence had he not been in that accident. But, again, I think Danny Garcia might just be a tad bit hungrier and more focused for this fight. But, again, that doesn't mean anything. The better man will win this fight come November 21st. Again, Hitman Boxing, we back. We back full time, okay? 3 videos a day. Check the bell icon, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you mess with me, leave a comment. I can explain to you why I've been MIA for the past 3-4 months. It's been crazy, I'm telling you. Shit been crazy. Hitman Boxing, you know the name, you know the drill. I'm out.